Good morning, everyone. As you heard, my name is Amit Vora. I'm CEO and founder of Promaxo. At Promaxo, we're trying to make MRIs more adaptable and flexible by bringing them closer to a provider and patient, and to enable guided diagnosis and treatment under live MRI as well. There's enough literature that supports why we should use MRIs, and we all know what MRIs are, but we also know what are the challenges of MRIs. They're expensive. Some of the things we heard as well, they have a big bore, so you have to go in. There are long wait times to schedule an MR. There's huge costs associated with MRIs. But where we see the biggest need is the inflexibility of MRs. Now we can bring robotics into MRIs with our scanner. We are able to provide better patient comfort, and that's where we want to take this technology. We are already FDA cleared. We received our clearance just about a couple of months ago for in-office use for prostate indications. And basically, we're focusing on doing targeted biopsies and targeted treatments under the scanner. We do have products in pipeline that are doing like artificial intelligence-based imaging. We have a robot that could work with the scanner. And then we're also doing some disposables. And the holy grail is we want to get to tissue characterization. I'll go into it a bit more as well. So we want to manage the whole ecosystem when you look at an office care continuum. From screening, where we're building our own protocols. We have diagnostic and treatment guidance already cleared by FDA. We can also use ground truth now. We're the first and only company that'll have raw imaging data correlated to procedural data. And I'll go into it downstream in the deck as well, how that helps us. So again, we've done a lot of primary market research. We spoke to the physicians before we started building this scanner and before we started getting to where we are today. We had a very high likelihood to buy this across 4 specialties. Urology is our beachhead market. But we've spoken to breast oncologists, we've spoken to sports medicine guys, we've also had conversations with radoncs, and there's a high likelihood to use our scanner as well, not just for screening, but also for guiding interventions. The market itself, just in urology, just in prostate cancer, is a massive market, and we're kind of touching all pieces of it. We've also done a pretty interesting ROI model for a practice. This is what has motivated a lot of LUCPAs, large urology group practices, to invest in us very early as well. We can break even within 15 to 16 months for a practice based on the existing CPT codes that are currently being used in the market in an outpatient setting. And this is what our MRI looks like. So as you can see with the scanner, you don't go in. People have asked us, looking at that bore, how do I fit in? And we keep telling people, you cannot, but you can try. So the patient lies next to the scanner. We're the only scanner that's cleared where you can image while the patient is lying next to it. And basically, that hole in the middle allows us to guide robotics through it and guide other interventions through it. This is not just making an MRI smaller. We went back to the physics behind MR. So it has much different gradient profile, a different RF chain, a very novel magnet design. But like I heard from John earlier as well, we also leverage a lot of what cryptocurrency gaming industry does by taking everything to GPUs and process gigabytes of data to get to an image which is somewhat comparable to a traditional MRI. Now, this is a huge piece of our puzzle as well. We are already FDA cleared on our image enhancement. As you can see, these are 2 images on a partial chin scan from our scanner. We're able to remove systematic noise. This took a while to convince FDA to give us this clearance, but we had to take our non-AI enhanced images, AI enhanced images, both do quantitative, qualitative analysis by radiologists, and we're able to see this 20 to 30% image enhancement. This is the interesting part. FDA kind of forced us into this, but we're super excited about the data we are seeing. We started doing targeted biopsies under the scanner at Mississippi Urology, which is a community setting. So you can understand this is not a big academic KOL. We worked through it, and we've done about 12 patients now in the last 3 to 3.5 months. And what we've seen is we've ranged and imaged a variety of prostates. We've done biopsies on this, got histopathology back, compared it to a 12 to 14 core ultrasound-guided biopsy. We're only doing about 2 to 4. And we found cancer in 10 out of 12 patients where ultrasound found it in 4 out of 12. Now, of course, this is a small data set. We plan to keep repeating it, but we have extensive demand from the market as well. The robot itself, our focus is not to build robotics, but use robotics. So we're doing customization of off-the-shelf robots, academic IP, to kind of have our own live procedural planning, our own tools that could do biopsies and treatment working with our own magnetic field. This is the big piece to the puzzle as well. Everything we're doing is data-driven. From day one, the company was created to have a database where our raw imaging data can go in, procedural data can go in, And then all of this could build our machine learning model and compare it to ground truth to get into tissue characterization. The right top-end piece, AI reconstruction, is already cleared by FDA, but the rest of it is something that over a period of time we'll keep building on. So the big difference between us compared to conventional scanners, of course, we're portable, we're low field, we can be used in various ways. But when we look at innovational scanners like Hyperfine, what differentiates us is we're the only scanner that provides access for interventions. And we're the only scanner that can be used single-sided with a patient lying next to it and compatible with robotics. Strong IP portfolio, we have about 65 patents. This is growing. We're going to be close to 90 patents in the next few months as well. A lot of IP issued around the world as well. The team itself has done it a few times. We've taken 7 products through FDA in urology, in imaging. We know what we're doing in this space especially. And we are supported by some of the biggest names in urology, radiology, and radiation oncology. I mean, most of the people who are in the robotic space and the urology space know these people. Now, most of these guys are also big investors in us. They believed in us from day one when we didn't have a prototype. So they knew our past lives, our past experiences, and came together with us. We are working with all the big names, leading names on the low field MR side. These are all our medical physics collaborators. I think you know the names there, so I don't have to go through it. But this allows us to get the pipeline we need for resources as well as new IP that we keep bringing in. The company itself will start generating revenues this year, so it's going to be exciting. We already have enough demand building our sales pipeline. We're kind of doing this managed launch to collect more data and do everything we need to do. Our revenue mix starts out with capital equipment sales. We're looking at doing both capital sales as well as leasing models. And then we start getting into disposables for biopsy, treatment, and then also licensing and service support contracts. The company has raised about $24 million in dilutive capital. We are very proud to say that we took an MRI through FDA clearance in less than $19 million of dilutive capital. We've been heavily funded by NIH, NSF over the years on the underlying technology side. That helped us get to an early prototype before we got involved. And we've done several rounds of financing. We have 2 corporate strategics on board from Asia. Microport Scientific Corporation came on very early into us because of their interest in robotics and imaging. And more recently, Huami, which is rebranded as Zepp Health, came on board as well because they like our data play, where they can have their consumer data kind of merged together with our unique imaging data to do things. We have a few other corporate strategics who we're talking to right now. As you can expect, we're under due diligence with several funds. I think the last number was about 13 to 14. We have Gilmartin as our investor relations firm, and we're kind of working towards closing about a $30 to $60 million round over the next 2 to 3 months. Anyway, I'm available to answer any other questions you might have. I think I'm going to finish right on time, so I can speak for another 2 seconds, and then I'll be done. Thank you so much.